It's never the conflict. It's the inability to navigate conflict.
Having beef is just not smart.
Rap beefs are even more dangerous because of social media.
And we respectful, so we ain't gonna say it, but you a bitch.
DIY.
DIYers, we did a story last week where we covered the beretted, what I'm deeming, the pink beretted revenge tour of none other than Aubrey Drake Graham. He attended a Toronto Raptors game honoring Vince Carter, in case you missed it, and a night that should have been focused on Vince Carter was instead focused on Drake and him, I put this in finger quotes, menacingly staring down DeMar DeRozan, someone who he considered a friend at one point in time, who betrayed his trust and loyalty by appearing in the Not Like Us video by Kendrick Lamar. He was steaming. He was steaming so much that he wore a camouflage fur coat with pink berets. Here we are another week after that, and there have been some interesting reactions across the internet. I just want to highlight a few of them. How about we start here? The owner of the Sacramento Kings. Oh, my gosh.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
If you don't know, DeMar DeRozan, the person on the receiving end of these catty stares, plays for a team called the Sacramento Kings. They have an owner here. The owner of the team, Vivek Ranadive. And this is him wearing a Not Like Us t-shirt at a Sacramento Kings game where instead of the Kings going to the Toronto Raptors stadium, the Toronto Raptors visited the Kings and the Kings won. And this is how he chose to show up to the show. Headline here on ESPN says the Kings co-owner and chairman pulled up in his shirt last night.
The big fourth quarter. Yeah, they not like us. Not tonight.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
It's the mainstream push of Not Like Us. It's now part of the pop culture vernacular. That is hilarious how they casually say, yes, and tonight, after this win, they are indeed not like us. That's hilarious to me.
DeMar DeRozan with a big fourth quarter. Yeah, they not like us.
Yeah, they're not like us. Shout out to Vivek. So this was a clip. I didn't catch it on July 8th, where he's standing next to DeMar DeRozan.
Part of that, everybody wants you, every team, every city, all the players, but I got one thing to tell you. They're nothing like us.
You know something has reached a grand audience when billionaires are like, nothing like us. It got worse. The reactions got worse. Let's talk about this one right here. On the Joe Budden podcast, Joe Budden said something that elevated everything. He trumped everything, no pun intended. Listen to the conversation as they're talking about whether or not they believe the anger is actually justified. At some point, you're just going to see Joe go off the handles.
I do believe that Drake should feel however the fuck he wants about it. I'm not arguing the other side. Drake should 100% feel away, nigga. I talked you out of depression on my couch.
Yeah, you know he made that nigga soup or something.
Charcuterie. You know he ordered some shit. And
made him the good hookah
A
too.
grapefruit seltzer. Good
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan was sad as hell. Here go Drake. Do you eat hoagies? Would you like a hoagie?
Prepare yourself. This is where it's starting to fall off the rails.
Yo, so I'm not mad at him feeling. He should feel away. It's never the conflict. It's the inability to navigate conflict. What he did with the conflict is where I'm like, and not even because I've already came to the conclusions I need to come to about him. But all that standing at the game, the ice grilling the face, the mumbling under the breath, like, we niggas and we respectful, so we ain't gonna say it. But you a bitch.
Somebody has to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
As much as y'all hate my take last week, I ain't said all that. Just casually. Oh my goodness. I mean, maybe I pointed to some things like the style choices, but this one right here, that's that for as angry as Drake was with Joe Budden some time ago, where he got so angry about him mentioning his choice in friends and dating younger women, and Drake got so angry that he went and attacked the fact that he went and bought podcast equipment from Best Buy. You brokey. Which I still to this day don't understand why that's seen as a bad thing. If that's where they sell it, why don't you buy it? So I seen this and I can't imagine Joe, be careful. You might be next on this Pink Beret revenge tour.
Like, I ain't even about to try and sit here and do a bunch of unpacking. Use. Like, he went to the game and cut his eyes.
And sucked his teeth.
Yeah, he fucking duck-lipped his way. Ooh, these are the duck lips of death. Ooh. Talk about DuckTales. Yo, don't come to my game and cut eyes at me, my nigga.
Don't come to my job and cut eyes at me. How about that, too? Don't come to my job.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna
If
tell
you and I got issues, and say this is back when I used to work at Quiznos, back at a sandwich spot. If I worked there, don't you go to the corner of the damn establishment and go like this? You came here to do that?
I'll throw this Spalding at your fucking face. So I'm not mad at him feeling away. Go ahead and feel away. But what he did with it is...
Yeah, oh, damn it. In a much different tone, you got one of DeMar DeRozan's former teammates, former Toronto Raptor, speaking about how he felt to see his friend, his former teammate in DeMar DeRozan, and also his friend in Drake, but having this interesting situation pop off. Here's what he said on the Draymond Green podcast with Baron Davis. Here's what he had to say.
What do you make of this whole DeMar Drake thing? Drake saying he ain't getting his jersey retired, I'll pull it down. DeMar saying good luck with that, pretty much saying like, of course my jersey get retired.
Man, I hate to see it. Obviously, DeMar is someone that I've grown close to, someone like a big brother to me. Drake, you know, I got a lot of love and respect for. Yeah, I don't like to see that.
Do you think that's something that he has the power to alter?
It's hard to say. I don't think them, you know, being at odds or whatever the case may be helps the case of him getting his jersey retired. But also you got to think that this situation isn't, you know what I'm saying, that deep to where it's like we kind of changed the legacy or the history, you know, of the basketball that was played. Just, you know, men being men, and, you know, I think they'll figure it out.
Can you imagine that? A professional team that allows their ambassador of the moment to dictate how their legacy is remembered, how the legacy of DeMar DeRozan, one of the early staples of that franchise, along with Kyle Lowry. Can you imagine a professional team allowing much different Drake than they partnered with? One would say one that has a damaged reputation at the moment that he's repairing, or he has his PR folks who are repairing and all that good stuff. Can you imagine them allowing him to change how that relationship and how that legacy is remembered because of his anger? What's good with you DIYers, YouTube fam, and of course, independent artists alike? I got some really exciting news that I want to share with you. As many of you know, over the last 10 months, I have been doing some deep diving into going direct to consumer as an independent artist. And after reacting to so many different stories and having my own experiences, I've learned a lot over these last 10 months, and I would love to share it with you on my new Patreon for Curtis King TV. By joining the DIY community, you'll get early access to exclusive videos from this YouTube, free downloads, live Zoom calls, and even private Discord chats with me and the DIY community. Plus, independent artists, there are resources, tutorials, and so much more to help you level up your independent music career. So whether you're here for my content, for my music, or just to level up your own music career, I assure you this Patreon is for you. Head over to patreon.com/Curtis King TV, and let's continue to show them what is possible independently. I want to draw your attention here to something Ice-T said, and I do feel like it's getting to a really dangerous place. I don't think during the battle anything that was being said ever felt like it was getting to a dangerous place. But I do feel like this is getting to a dangerous place because now you're taking it offline. Now you're taking it off wax. And it's not just Drake. It's Top 5 and other folks around Drake who are putting up the stories, who are trying to write down the names of people who betrayed him and showed up in the videos. The OG Ice-T, who sat down on the Boss Talk 101 podcast, shed some light on why he feels like rap beefs are even more dangerous because of social media.
like from LL and Cool
Me and
Mo
LL,
D,
yeah.
you and LL, just the whole the beefs was going. You know what I'm saying? But they was on wax. You know that.
Right.
They wasn't tripping like they started to do later on. You know what I'm saying? And I always thought, I was like, man, you know, if Pac and Biggie would have got past that at some point, to me, it would have been a bridge. But we never got there because they got older.
Well, you know, hip hop has always been competitive. So saying I'm better than you is part of hip hop. My DJ's better than you.
Yeah.
I can out rap you. I can out break dance you. That's just part of hip hop. So, you know, the disses going on, I can out rap you. That's one thing. But then when you take it to the next level, like when I see you, it's problem. The problem with beef, I was talking to Tretch about this last night. The problem with beef is it can escalate away from you. So, say for instance, I had a beef with Tretch, and I'm talking shit about Tretch. I could run into one of his fans out somewhere in the street that want to get active. I could run into one of his family members. Like when I had the cop killer beef, I wasn't worried about a cop. I could run into a cop's brother or a son who wants to start an altercation. And any altercation can end up bad for either person. You understand? So having beef is just not smart if you can avoid it. Just, you know, having that thing, oh, I'm in beef with somebody, because you never know. It could happen to you in the airport. It could happen anywhere. You not necessarily have to run into that person. You can run into one of their fans, and they want to get it going. You know, they want to throw some shit on you. Like
literal? I seen that happen before at a record. I was at a record label. Somebody threw a cup of shit, but that's crazy. If one of y'all is such a super fan that you would throw some literal feces on somebody out of anger that you had to work to make, you got other issues in this world. You got other issues going on. But he makes a good point in that you cannot control, even if there was behind the scenes a conversation of peace, you can't control the way people are going to react when in public, especially when they're unhinged.
When we was beefing back then, another thing is they didn't have social media.
Big difference.
See, social media is an amplifier to everything. It amplifies everything. So let's say I'm a little girl and I'm in school and one girl is talking shit about me. That little girl only dealing with that one girl, maybe her friends. When she puts it on social media, it's like, oh wow, the whole school. And
I don't know how I'm going to pull it back in.
That's the thing about it. I heard an analogy one time that talks about, you know, when you say certain things, it's like squeezing toothpaste out of a toothpaste. You can't get it back into the tube. It's that difficult. I think some actions that are happening right now are going to involve people who probably were indifferent during the battle, who now feel like, nah, DeMar DeRozan is actually somebody out here that's providing, sending my son or my cousin or my daughter or my, you know, sending my family through school, and you're harassing him at his job.
So now me and E's beefing. We have some words right here. Cool. Wow. Okay. Fuck you, Ice. Blah blah blah. That's how many people know about it?
Just us, really.
Right. You go on the internet, or I go, yeah, fuck this nigga. And I done told millions of people. You say, now I gotta react to this. See, so it forces reaction that really could be squashed so much simpler. So, and now why people will have a problem and take it to social media is beyond me. Especially if you know a nigga phone number. Like, you know, and me myself, when it goes there, I get real quiet.
It happens a lot too, though. It's happening a lot. Like, I think that's I don't know, it's something different. I never seen it. You know, we was before internet, y'all know that. And you didn't resolve issues like that. But now, you can't pull it back in, Ice.
As soon as you say somebody's name, you ask me about Tupac, I might not have answered that question correctly.
Correct.
To somebody. And now I got beat.
I'm going to ask the same question I asked last week. First of all, shout out to the OG. Shout out to OG. Always love hearing his perspective. But I got the same question this week that I had last week. What is the plan? What is the plan? What is the plan? I still don't think there is a plan currently. I feel like this is someone who is dealing with a huge shot to the ego and is trying to figure out a way to get rid of those, whatever those emotions inspire, get rid of those with immature shows of power, with immature shows of ego, with immature showings of dominance. Even when I think about the No Face video and the timing of it and having all the imagery that people might even say that he's with the goons inside of a Toronto mall. I don't get the plan, and it's not mine to get. All I know is that it is looking really, really messy, and it's continuing to get even more messier by the week. One of you left a comment on one of my videos last week, an actual video where we're reacting to the whole situation with DeMar DeRozan in Toronto. And you said something that definitely sparked a few ideas, and I want to know your thoughts on this. What if it's not just Drake's choice to be visible? We've been saying he needs to disappear for a second. Give the people time, his people time, to anticipate what's happening next, to miss him. There's been a lot of people who've been talking about a Drake fatigue. All that said, why does he continue to make these appearances that are not helping? That help nothing. I don't know how anybody can see that helping in any situation. And then one of you left a comment, what if Universal is forcing him to stay out here? What if their $400 million baby needs to make that money back? What if they are instructing him, you better not disappear? We need whatever your name brings back. Whether it's bad publicity, good publicity, whether it's just a conversation, because every time there's a video like mine, I'm sure there's somebody in that department, UMG department, thinking about running an ad to a video like this. So for them, it's not really a loss if it all points back to him. They know that fans of Drake are going to ultimately come back and watch these videos and then click on the ads when they pop up. So I wonder how much, and I'm not sitting up here in defense of Drake. You already know I've been very critical of him, but I wonder how much this is the strategy and decision-making of the label that he is cuffed to. Because you pay out $400 million to somebody and you say, hey, I own you. I did not use my words loosely. I own you. I wonder what their instructions would be. You better not disappear. We got money to make back. Hopefully one of y'all know what the plan is. That's my thoughts though, DIYers. You let me know what you think. DIYers, if you enjoyed this content, make sure that you hit the like button and maybe even consider subscribing. Come on, man. Stop being greedy. Peace.